see ahead today. I'm so pumped right now. Good morning everyone, it's currently 7:30 in the morning. I'm on Tallinn coach station. Today's actually quite a big day. We're going to be going to see the largest island in Estonia, approximately a 4-hour journey. It's going to be 250 kilometers roughly on this bus plus the ferry crossing, which I'm like super excited about. This is our bus, it's here. Basically, first trip of the year. Super excited.
We are pleased to welcome you on board Lux Express. You have chosen the highest quality and the most comfortable travel option in the Baltic states.
We're here in a harbour, getting on a ferry. About hours on the bus, we're on the ferry right now. Good. We literally just arrived to the Virtsu harbour, which is basically the town from the mainland of Estonia, on a ferry for 30 minutes to get to the Muhu island that is then connected to the Saaremaa island where we're going to be going today. It's a very quick 27-minute ferry ride. I'm just going to show you around because I haven't been on a ferry since 2014 when I was back in Japan. It's been a really long time since I've been on a ferry and I'm quite excited about this bit of the journey. Oh God. This is so awesome! Look at all the ice! I simply could not believe my eyes. Standing on this deck and seeing the sea covered in these massive ice cubes, like some sort of mosaic painting, was absolutely mesmerizing. Estonian landscape, especially during winter, keeps surprising me, and I'm so glad I've got to experience this. So upper deck was fun. Let's get inside now. Since it's a 30-minute journey that is very common, I thought this ferry is going to be very simple. You know, a coffee machine, a common area, and that's it. Ferry is not really filled up with people, but there's plenty of military men here, and I'm trying desperately here to sneak a cheeky peek for you guys to see because they look cool. Who knew that ferries can be so much fun? I usually get very peckish on the sea, so I was pleasantly surprised to find out that this ferry doesn't only have a pastry corner, but also a whole buffet with both cold and hot dishes to satisfy any hunger. I can feel the boat going like this. Since the sea was a bit stormy, I didn't quite feel like a whole dish, so I opted for a sandwich. Just gonna have a bite of the sandwich. We should go now? Okay, cool. 2 minutes. Time to go back. We're a bit too early. We've got still 5 more minutes. But yeah, we can get into the bus. Let's go. We arrived. We're here. Yes. So the first impression when we just left the bus station was like nothing special, but the more you walk towards the city centre, the nicer it gets. And I think I'm just literally walking into the central square of Kuressaare. Alright my lovelies, welcome to Saaremaa Island. Before I go any further, let's figure some things fast. Saaremaa Island is the largest island in Estonia and second largest in the Baltic Sea. The population is about 30,000 people, depending on when you count, and pretty much 90% live somewhere in or around Kuressaare. From the time that you step on this island, you can feel that islanders live with their own rhythm and have a much more relaxed approach. So much so that there are no traffic lights on the whole island, and 3 cars in a row is considered to be a traffic jam. Islanders also like to do things their own way, like local decorations. Just came across this Christmas tree and I was thinking, why they have those cat pictures here? And apparently you can take one home from the shelter. And they have a picture of each cat that they have in the shelter and what is cat all about. This one here looks really friendly. Tourism booms here in summer, and that's probably one I would recommend you to visit too. During the slower winter months though, you can still see the sights that the island has to offer, just in a less crowded way. It's January, it's just after Christmas, like the peak season is over, so most of the places are closed, but we knew that's going to be the case, and walking around all those quaint, charming houses is still super nice, and I actually enjoy all this free space. Very nice. This is cute, very cute. After enjoying coffee in the sun, we headed towards the nearby castle. True island spirit, very robust. It's -2, but we're still gonna have a table outside. No matter what's the weather, we're gonna make it happen. Love it. Love the optimism. Looks super cool. You can't visit this island and this town without visiting its medieval castle. It's one of the most popular attractions on this island as well as in Estonia. I know it sounds super weird, but I really want to touch the castle. Let's go and touch the walls. I love you, castle! Walls from the 15th century. Feels of history, smells of strong stuff, good stuff. Inside of the Kuressaare castle you can find a museum which you can visit by buying a ticket. We decided to skip that part and walk around the courtyard and the castle grounds that offer great views on the castle itself and are free for anyone to roam. It's a wonderful day and it's so awesome to walk on the outskirts of the castle. Nobody's here, we're literally by ourselves and it's pretty dope. I'm loving it. So the actual reason of us being here in Saaremaa today is to start this travel year with a big bang. Season 2 Classic Poly. Infuse that travel back, get all those travel feels back on this channel. Like, I'm in Europe, I love Europe, you can call me a fan, and I think there's so many things to explore. Some of the most international cities, the snowiest of the peaks, you know, the most northern cities are here in Europe, and I just wanna dive deep, meet locals, speak to some expats and just get that thing rolling, because that's exactly what this channel was all about when I built it 4 years ago, and that's what is going to be the focus for this year. And that's why I'm standing next to this Kuressaare castle, this medieval fortress, because this is the first video of the year and I want to start it with a big bang. The Kuressaare castle might not be the most photogenic castle in Europe, but it is the most unique one for sure. The earliest written record mentioning this castle is from 1380s, which makes this fortress over 600 years old. Looking at it, it's like a great sturdy chest of drawers that will survive any stormy weather or any rulers. During its long history, it's been under the rule of Danes, Swedes and Russian Empire, before becoming a part of Estonia in 1919. The beach is about 40 meters away only, and being all covered in ice, we're headed there next.
It's very rarely when I get to experience so much quietness around me, and I'm standing on a city beach right now here, where I should be getting some, sound of waves, but there aren't any because the sea is frozen, and there's so much snow on the ground that basically all the sound is muffled, and it's just so peaceful and serene. Quite magical. I love it. Such a beautiful day, and we're so lucky with the sunny weather. Honestly, we left Tallinn, it was moody and cloudy. Here, beautiful sunny day. Enjoyed so much exploring this castle, and now onto our final bit today, which is the lighthouse, which is the main reason.
And this is where the chain of unfortunate events started. Basically, there is only one bus today that goes to the lighthouse, and that bus has already left for today 2 hours ago.
At noon, basically, and it's currently 2 o'clock.
Well done then.
We actually stopped some bus drivers to ask if they will go anywhere close to the lighthouse, or if there are any other routes, or if there is any other way of how we can get there. And we even considered cabbing all the way to the lighthouse.
Taxi? Taxi 50 kilometers?
But at the end of the day,
Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go to the lighthouse today. The bus that we saw coming back into the town was that same bus that went to the lighthouse earlier, and there's only one bus a day. We need to now adjust our plans for tomorrow and figure out how we're going to get to the lighthouse and how it's all going to fit with tomorrow's kind of schedule that is already planned. But for tonight, we're just going to go, finish here, check in into our lovely room, and we'll see what the evening is going to bring us.
honestly, what happened next can only happen to YouTubers. We were chatting with a couple from Poland who recently moved to this island and decided to meet up. This is Bartosz and Isabella, a couple from Wrocław who 3 months ago bought this 114-year-old house.
This whole house is 14 years old.
They both work in startups, so they both work remotely from home in their separate offices.
Okay, so welcome to our house. This is the living room.
Wow, that's it.
Despite being of a century-old house, the inside has been recently renovated and has absolutely everything for a comfortable life. A big living room, minimalist bedroom, bathroom with a shower cabin, and an open space kitchen. Their 2 dogs, Lily and Gosia, really like this change of location and feel very comfortable in the new home. Yes, yes. And of course I asked them, how do they like living here?
We moved here and we realized that's really great place to live. Great connection to Tallinn, which is connected everywhere. Remote, nice, cleaner. You're basically living at the seaside. And in the forest, and close to the city. What more do you need? Internet is unlimited, really cheap, really fast. And so if you can work remotely, why not from here?
We spent a lovely evening chatting and finding more about the future plans before saying goodbyes and heading back to our Airbnb.
Wake myself up a little bit. Okay, so much better. Second day on the island, and I'm so excited to meet this guy. We're going to this local brewery here, which is slightly outside of Saaremaa. Awesome guy, doing awesome stuff with beers. I'm just so pumped to get to know a little bit more about the island from his perspective. It's gonna be an awesome day. Let's get into the taxi.
This morning we're heading to Pihkla Brewery, which is about 20 kilometers away from Kuressaare, which is a quick taxi ride. It's the oldest microbrewery in Estonia, it's literally as old as I am, and they brew their own beer with juniper, which obviously sparked my interest.
Hello, hi, how are you?
So I've met with Alo, who is the man in charge here, to tell me more about the local beers.
Walking into the tap room and distillery right now. Oh, smells so hoppy, but so nice. Love it.
My name is Alo. I'm the brewer here at Pihkla Brewery. Yeah, juniper is really close to our hearts. I mean, the beer that's like the heart of the brewery, the Saaremaa koduõlu or Saaremaa farmhouse beer. And in this beer we use juniper. For each batch we go and cut juniper branches, and so we filter the beer through juniper branches. Despite its alcohol content, it's 7.6 actually. So it's a proper beer to start with. Cheers!
Cheers. Oh wow! I feel like with this beer you can drink it without noticing that you're drinking beer.
Yeah, when you're on Saaremaa and there's a birthday party, wedding or any kind of event going on, people always associate it with Saaremaa koduõlu. Like you have to have at least like 1 liter of koduõlu, otherwise it's not a Saaremaa party. Like an old way of serving koduõlu in a vessel like that. You just open the valve and pour it in a mug or in a bottle, whatever you like.
Despite taproom being closed for the winter season, Alo has been an absolutely fantastic host, and he showed me all of the beers that they're making, including even the locally brewed limoncello. With a little bus, it was our time to head to the next destination.
We just finished tasting all the beers at Pihkla Brewery. And we're going to be grabbing a car all the way back to Kuressaare, where we're going to be taking the bus all the way to the lighthouse that I didn't get to see yesterday. The only problem that we're facing right now is that there's only one bus that goes to the lighthouse, and we do not know whether there's another bus that goes from lighthouse back to Kuressaare for us to catch the bus all the way back to Tallinn. So it might be a big possibility that we might not make it back on time to Kuressaare for our bus, but I'm being very hopeful. At least so far we found a way how to get to the lighthouse, and that's what matters. Alo just literally drove us all the way from his brewery to the Kuressaare, where the last leg of our trip starts. He didn't have to do that, but he did. Absolutely saved our ass and time, and I'm just so happy right now. This morning was absolutely magical.
So, the bus is in 25 minutes.
Yeah, we're currently in Kuressaare. We're walking our way to that bus stop. I think it's like a 10-15 minute walk, and that is going to take us to the lighthouse, that magical lighthouse that started this trip. Finally. So basically we don't know how close he goes to the Saaremaa lighthouse. It might be that we only need to walk 1.2 kilometers, but it might be that we need to walk 10 kilometers, and he's going to tell us how far he's going to go. Super. Okay, it's going to where we need to.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
awesome. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The guys are so friendly here. We're getting close to the lighthouse. I think we managed to figure out the bus back to the Kuressaare, right? Yeah, the 2 people in the bus actually jumped to help us out, which is so fantastic. The only 2 people on a minibus.
So these are the junipers, right?
Yeah. Green juniper berry. Sour but woody. Nice. like Frostpunk. Anywhere I look, we are surrounded by water, and it's actually Baltic Sea, and it's so deep blue. Never did I think that it's gonna have this strong blue color. It looks very rustic, very wild. I love it. We're just getting close to the lighthouse, and it looks amazing. I'm just so happy and pumped and excited right now. Why is this lighthouse so important to me? Well, the whole thing for 2022 is to get a travel bug again, get into adventures, meet local people, actually speak to them, explore cultures and eat awesome food. And this lighthouse is this small adventure, the very first adventure of 2022, doing exactly that. This is so dope. We have about 25 minutes until we need to bounce off, because the bus back to Kuressaare is not going to be stopping here anymore. It's going to be stopping in a nearby village, which is about 12 kilometers away, and we need to hike all the way there. So we are now looking for a place where we're going to shoot my banner. We need to be nimble and quick. Do you think we got something?
We definitely got this.
Okay, cool.
Let's try from a little further to the side.
That wind! That Saaremaa wind! Just shot the banner picture. I really like it. We'll have a thumbnail for this video, which is awesome. So Jay's gonna drone this place, and I'm gonna go all the way into the sea to show you some other views on this lighthouse. I'm so glad it's not -12 right now. It's only -7. There is a strip of land that goes all the way from the lighthouse into the sea, and then the further away from the lighthouse you move, the narrower it gets, and at some point it just disappears into the vastness of the Baltic Sea. This is some sort of a bunker, and I really want to climb it. I'm so pumped right now. What a way to start 2022.
I know throughout this video I've said words like travel, epic, adventure numerous amounts of times. But this is exactly the trip that I needed to start my year. And standing next to this tall lighthouse, surrounded by endless waters, gave me the surge of emotions that traveling gives me. So all I can say to you guys, travel. It is so worth it.
Crashed
No,
into the lighthouse
no.
and it didn't fall. So I am calling it official. This is the strongest mosquito out there. But I think the gimbal is crooked down like forever.
Oh no! As much as we are both enjoying this lighthouse and would love to spend the rest of the day here, we can't, because we need to catch a bus back to Kuressaare. There is this caveat that the bus is not going to pick us up from here. It's going to pick us up from the nearby village, which is about 10 kilometers away, and we've got about an hour and 50 minutes to get there. And if we're not going to make it to this bus, we've got nowhere to spend the night, because we're going to be missing the bus all the way back home, and I really don't want it to happen. And currently we're here and we need to walk all the way to the next village. Dipped into the snow.
So Sonny was dipped into the snow, drone was crashed into the lighthouse and dipped into the snow. So far it's a brilliant trip, and I don't feel my hands, so yeah, could you help me? Everyone's so friendly.
Yeah, so we've got 10-kilometer walk now. We're literally starting to walk to this village now.
Yeah,
What
it's
do you think?
alongside the coast,
Right,
so
yeah.
that's gonna be cool because that's the view we get from the coast. So we've walked 200 meters. That's the update. We're still quite literally at the lighthouse. The sun is still up, and now we might not make it. The bus is at 4:07.
Uh-huh.
It is 2:51 right now.
Uh-huh.
It is 7.6 kilometers,
Uh-huh.
which Google Maps says is going to take us an hour and 33 minutes, which we need to do in an hour and
10?
14.
14. Okay.
1 hour and 14. So we need to shave
20 minutes roughly, isn't it?
20 minutes, and I'd say if we're going to be smart about it, we should shave 30 minutes from a 90-minute journey.
Oh, bloody hell, that's a lot.
That's a lot. So updates are going to be coming. So this is leg 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fudge.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. 1 hour and 3 minutes to go until the bus, and I've got 6.4 kilometers to go. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling like we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopeful.
Woo.
Jay lost his gloves somewhere on the road, so he's running after them, and he's gonna catch up with me at some point, I hope. Reunited with Jay, he just got his gloves.
Nice brisk run.
Nice. Still got about 5 kilometers to go and only 44 minutes left. Feeling them legs.
New Magic bus stop, 2 kilometers away.
Yeah.
30 minutes to go.
Icy road, 7% elevation, 22 minutes to go, and we've got 1.2 kilometers. Let's do it. You happy? See you at the bus stop with 10 minutes to spare. Woo!
Yes!
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Yes, the bus is here. We're gonna make it to home today. Woo! What a way to start 2022. What an adventure. If you want to see medieval towers and medieval towns in Christmas, click here. And if you want to see me breaking into one of the largest film festivals in Europe, click here. And if you want to follow along my adventures, subscribe. Your girl will be very happy.